wanted to go into the offseason, feeling really good about, how we finish out the season. But, regardless of that, we played really hard. I think Coach Rivera was happy with with our effort and the effort we put in. But, we obviously came up short.
We have a job, and as a defense, it's our goal to focus on what we can control, and we go out there and we play hard, and we compete hard, and we can't allow teams to have anything. That's our mindset. That's what we take away from games, and we gave up a drive in the fourth quarter once again that allowed them to go down and take the lead and ultimately win the game. So we have to do a much better job of just playing a complete game as a defense.
Definitely. We don't quit, at the same time, but we still need to find ways to, cancel out on those close games. And, it's going to take off season and do what we need to do and work twice as hard, like I told Joe.
Regardless of the situation, regardless of the record, the score, we're going to fight to the end, to all triple zeros on the clock. So, it's tough because you hate to lose, but looking on the positive side, we know what we're capable of, So, hopefully we can get back to work and, take a little time off, get back to work, and then get ready for 17.
We knew that we needed to come out with some type of momentum, something that we can, grasp onto 2017 season. I'm proud of, our guys. We never stopped fighting. The offense, they had a chance to just, bow, and they drove down the field and got a touchdown to the very end. Even on the onside kick, the ball just didn't bounce our way, and that's the unfortunate part about this game. It's a humbling experience, but I'd be remorse to say if we don't learn from our mistakes and the things that we did not do this season, it'd be a wasted season. And I think we can take what we've done this year and propel us forward for 2017.
I just say this game right here just show who we was all the way around. Yeah, we didn't start off like we wanted to early in the year. In the middle of the year, we got ourselves together. At the end of the year, we kind of lost it a little bit. But for this game right here, just show who we got in the locker room, the players that we have, the type of men that we have, the type of touchdowns that we have, the type of results that we have.
I was just here, just go on without the season and just think about it and just move on, and continue grinding the off season and get better each and every day. Where you grind and just come back next year, ready to prepare and ready to be better.
Talk about this season. One thing no one will ever take away is you guys fight all the way down to the end.
Yeah, man, you got to finish. You can tell that last that was a dead time, but you got to finish, man. But we're doing it for each other. It's bigger than one person, so, man, we got to just, take this as a humbling season and come back next season and work in all season and come back better, faster, smarter.
Well, talk about that last drive, because with the game on the line, you guys made some big plays. That one coming across the middle, I'm going to tell you, you snagged that ball out of thin air.
They're trying to beat on my name is called, man, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to play to my ability and use it and finish.
No one is surprised that you guys went for the win down there, right?
No, not at all. You don't want to, the last game of the season, you don't want to go to overtime. Why not, you know what I'm saying? Test your offense, work the situation, and try to punch it in.
I know you're anxious to get to the offseason and get better for next season.
Man, I can't wait, man. Come back smaller, faster, smarter. I can't wait.
Well, great comeback. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Anything but win, and I'm really proud of the way they fought to the very bitter end. I thought the guys did things to give themselves a chance to win the game. I thought we did some really good things, and we missed some opportunities, some tremendous opportunities. I thought Cam Newton was about as courageous as it gets. He didn't want to come out. He tried to make some throws that he probably shouldn't have, but that's him. He's a competitive man, and he wanted to win. Well, a little disappointed. We had some opportunities, put some points on the board, and we didn't do it. And at the end of the day. We all have jobs to do, and we got to do our jobs.
Is that sentiment echoed in responding to some of the really big plays and takeaways in defensive and young guys?
Yeah, I thought our young guys in defense. I thought defense competed very, very well, did some really good things, and made some plays. And again, very proud of what they did. Very proud of what we did on special teams. We had a couple big returns, blocked the kick, and set up some stuff. So again, those guys competed.
This whole season is as a leader of the team, I just wanted to show. I'm willing to leave it all out on the field. Even though we wasn't playing for nothing, it's not about that. Take pride in putting a good product out there. Today wasn't good enough, but at the end of the day, I can say, I gave them all. for me, I think me and football got a love-hate relationship, and we're not on good terms right now. So I'm just going to leave her, alone for a while, and just try to be as regular as possible now. Everybody wants to point the finger, but I didn't play good football today. So a lot of people didn't play good football today. So that's the main focus. A lot of guys want to get away from the game, and we're going to do that. We just got to focus on putting a better product on the field next year.
Welcome to the Black Catz podcast. What you heard was the Carolina Panthers in their last game of the season. And what a season it was. And thank God it's over. So stay tuned. This is the Black Podcast.
Y'all know what time it is. Why? I like to introduce the song. Bow, ha, and present to many. Carolina Panthers. T1, let go.
There we go again. You know we about to show out, cause we know we gon' win. We ready for the kick out, so go on, let us in, so we can hit the end zone and show you how we dance. Black, blue, silver, white, black, blue. Yeah, black, blue, silver, white, black, blue. Yeah. Game face on, ready for whatever. Rain, sleet, snow, go through any weather. We gon' play to win, as long as we together. We gon' take it out, cause ain't nobody better. Heart of a champ, mind of a winner. All we do is win, that's the anthem. Show up to your city and make a lot of noise, and they be like, who that? Panther! Yeah, we be going hard, and we be going strong. We known very well, cause we be putting on. Losing on condone that, point blank period. Shut the league down, cause it is that serious. There we go again. You know we about to show out, cause we know we gon' win. We ready for the kick out, so go on, let us in, so we can hit the end zone and show you how we dance. Black, blue, silver, white, black, blue. Yeah, black, blue, silver, white, black, blue. We gon' get it, yo.
Welcome back into the Black Catz Podcast, and that song, we did not do much of that this year, and thank God, once again, thank God the season is over. That was a rough season all through and through. I mean, from Cam Newton's season to the defense starting off horrible. And then they did finish a bit stronger, and I'm going to get to Bradbury, and I'm very critical on a lot of the things that happened this season. I was a lot of critical on Cam, and we'll talk about all of that. But this season was not good, not great in any perspective. There really wasn't a lot to be proud about. And it's crazy because usually towards the end of the year, you have a lot to look forward to the next year. Even if you don't make the playoffs, you try to find positives. And the difference is in all the other seasons when we were 6-10, in Cam Newton's rookie year, whether we were 7-9, it always looked like we were building on something, and I don't get that feeling this year because we still have a lot of question marks, and we'll talk about what's going to happen in the offseason, but we still have a lot of question marks. Dave Gettleman has a job to do this offseason. He can't just, guess and strike out constantly like he has in the past because, and I know that a lot of people are going to say, well, he had one bad year, but go back and look at his draft picks and tell me, who was the dominant studs that he's picked. The only one I will give you is Luke Kuechly, And Luke Kuechly was a beast coming out of college, so it doesn't take a rocket science to pick him at number 9. I'm surprised he got down that far. So this game in particular,
try again a little bit.
This game in particular was a lot. It was just a weird game altogether. Because while Jonathan Stewart looked good, and I think he's been running very, very hard the last few weeks, and he's looked good, but that's going to be another Gettleman decision because I doubt we're going to pay him $7 million for next year unless he takes a pay cut. But will we draft someone, or will Gettleman just try to find someone off the street again? That's the problem that I'm having. I'm having a problem. I know a lot of people are saying, in Gettleman we trust. Well, I'm having a lot of problems trusting Gettleman. But back to the game. This game was really weird. Cam, I understand he's hurt. So people, please don't bash, but I understand he's hurt. But he's not been good all year. He may have had like 1, maybe 2 games that he looked like MVP again. And I'll give you the first game. The first game he looked crisp. And I think a couple of weeks ago in San Diego he looked very good as well. So he's had a couple of good games, but if you want to be an elite quarterback in this game, you have to be consistent. And he's not. I understand he's been hurt the last 3-4 weeks. What happened to the whole season? Because he's been inaccurate, even more so than usual. He's been inaccurate, and the thing I don't get, if you really want to be an elite quarterback consistently, because he had to be years or yes, but consistently be an elite quarterback, you have to be consistent. And I don't understand why can't someone get in there. We need another quarterback, quarterback coach and another offensive coordinator. But someone, please help Cam Newton fix his footwork. I mean, that is the main reason why his passes are so inaccurate. And I understand again that he has no protection, and that falls on Gettleman again because you have someone we have a bunch of undrafted rookies on our, not rookies anymore, but undrafted players on our line. We have a good interior, but Gettleman has a problem with not drafting tackles. And if you're not going to draft a tackle, at least go out and get an established tackle. Look at what Atlanta did when they had a hole at center, and then they got the Brown center. And look how good the line is because of one piece holding that together. And I know that that's the center and that's a different position, but you can do the same. We need someone to protect Cam. Cam can't keep going and getting hit like he did. Last year, we protected him enough, so his inaccuracies wasn't as much because he wasn't hurt. He wasn't thrown off his back foot, any of that. So we just need to be able to protect him. He's the $100 million man. We can't do that. We can't struggle to protect him. I mean, he's already suffered a concussion, which, by the way, that was his fault why he suffered that concussion, because he didn't run into the end zone. He like lackadaisically jogged tried to get into the end zone. So and yes, I know I haven't recorded lately, and I was just so depressed, so I apologize, guys, but I understand that he gets reffed unfairly. I don't care what anybody says. Anybody can look at film. I don't care what the NFL says, because anybody can look at film and see that he doesn't get rough in the passer calls. The most blatant one, I mean, the other ones you can understand. Well, if you try to understand, you can try to understand those. But the most blatant one and the most egregious one was the one in Arizona when he got hit low, could have tore his ACL, and they just looked at him and then didn't even do nothing. The league has to look at this, and we have to come together and say no. If he's going to be judged fairly, because he wasn't talking about the hits when he's running. He understands. He's a smart guy. He understands that when he's running, he's a running back now. He's talking about the hits that are in the pocket. So if anybody that says any different, shut up, because that's asinine if you can't see that. Now, I'll give you that about the hits, Cam. I give you that he doesn't have protection, but even when he does. Like in the Atlanta game, for instance, Kelvin Benjamin wide open in the end zone. He's 6'5", probably closer to 6'6", but we'll say 6'5", and you overthrow him. And it was like a 10-yard pass. So you throw it too tall for him. Like, yes, he's tall, but come on. And everybody that is saying, trying to defend Cam. I love Cam. Don't get me wrong. I love Cam, and I might come off not that way, but I love Cam. He is an incredible guy. Some people might have a problem with his personality, but I like it. I don't want somebody that accepts losing. But off the field, he does great work. With charities and everything of that nature. So I like him as a person and as a quarterback somewhat, but what I want y'all to stop doing, all you Cam supporters, because I'm a Cam supporter, but I'm a realist, all you Cam supporters, please, just look with your eyes it's okay to criticize people you love. You probably do that every day in your house, in your own life. He's not played well. He's been inaccurate, even more so inaccurate. He's played like garbage, like trash. So, and then I was on Twitter earlier and somebody said that I was piling on him. I'm not piling on anything because he's played horrible. So what you want me to say? Oh, he's playing good? No, I'm not going to lie. People need to realize that it's okay to criticize. Cam Newton has not played well, but he's not the only one that hasn't played well. Cam Newton, if you compare the 2 years he'd had, that was just last year. If you compare those 2 years he's had, he's played the worst. Horrible. And if he was a rookie or something like that, we would be talking about, we'll be worried about the future, just like they're doing with, Jared Goff, because that's how bad that year was, and the last game was horrible. You're throwing it up. Now, I will say one of the interceptions that he had with the Corey Brown one, I thought that Corey Brown had possession first, but that's just making up for the interceptions that they dropped. They dropped like 3 interceptions. He should have had like 5 or 6 interceptions on today. So please, don't defend him. Give him the responsibility, because that is only going to make him greater. He's probably his worst critic. So give him the responsibility, because he has played horrible. Horrible. So please, give him that responsibility and make sure that we get somebody in there to help him with his footwork. So he's under pressure. He's not thrown off his back foot. And even when, yes, he has one of the strongest arms in the league, but he's so inaccurate. It's hurtful. Kelvin Benjamin, and I'm getting to him next, but Kelvin Benjamin would have played, let's say, with Aaron Rodgers. Even with the issues with Kelvin Benjamin, he would have had over 1,000 yards, and I guarantee you, and probably like 10 or 12 touchdowns. Because you can't overthrow a 6'5" receiver. I mean, I'm telling you, give Aaron Rodgers that. He's not doing that. So, if Cam want to be better, if you want to be the best, you got to improve your work. You have to improve, your accuracy. Because this team is still very talented. I mean, wipe away the record, but this team is still very talented. So, please just... I'm praying that we get like knocked on the head or something like that, and we fired Shula. Shula has had last year, the first year he's ever in his whole entire career had a top 10 offense, and that's sad. He's usually in the bottom half of offense. So I don't get why we would keep him. He had one good year in his 30-year career. So for the coaches and everything not to see that, I mean, he's more conservative than when we had John Fox. Like, you know what he's gonna do. The only thing that he's good at is designing run plays because of Cam Newton's ability. But I'm not even going to give him all the way credit on that because Chegzinski really implemented the scheme. So if Chegzinski was still here, I guarantee you our offense wouldn't have dipped down that much. Mike Shula, he go. The quarterback coach needs to go. I'm not going to say about the defensive coordinator because Sean McDermott, he was given crap. David Gettleman gave him crap. So, by David Gettleman not giving him, the veteran leadership, the cornerbacks, the secondary that he needed, he can't, he had nothing to work with. It's not like Mike Shula. He had nothing to work with. And to turn that, everybody saw how we were in the first half of the season. To turn that around to a respectable defense, that's a hell of a job. And I think he deserves credit for that. Because and I was on the fence, and I still am, because I really still see that him giving up a lot of plays, but I'm not as worried as I was in the beginning, but I am still worried because James Bradbury and Worley and our cornerbacks, they're getting better. So they're rookies, so I'll say that they might be better. James Bradbury, he had a really good pick today. James Bradbury he's a big cornerback. So he showed maybe a little bit of promise, but I'm not getting Dave Gettleman out of this because the reason that we failed this year is because of him. And not paying Josh Norman and not only not paying Josh Norman, not bringing anybody there to replace him. That's your fault, Dave Gettleman. Not protecting him. That's your fault, Dave Gettleman. That's what your job is. So the defense, and I think it was smart. At first I just wanted to see him play, but I think it was smart to hold Kuechly out because we had no chance to make it. If we were in the playoffs or something, I guarantee he would have came back. We had no chance of making the playoffs, so why not put him down for the rest of the year? Have him get healthy. A concussion is nothing to play with, so have him get healthy, and then bring him back next year. And because he's a hell of a player, you don't want to jeopardize that. Plus, not just on the field, but off the field, he's a very respectable and nice guy. You don't want to jeopardize his health in the long run after football. So I think that was a very smart decision to hold him out. Last thing about the team basically is is Kelvin Benjamin. Kelvin Benjamin. This game, he actually showed the talent, and he kind of he had a little bit more determination in him. But through this season, it's not just been Cam Newton. He's been running the most lazy routes. He's been, he really hasn't dropped that many things, but he's been running the most lazy routes. He's overweight, so hopefully he gets back in shape. I mean, he looks huge. I mean, he's big. I mean, he gets tired fast. That's another reason why he doesn't play as much, because he gets tired fast because he's so big. His endurance isn't there. I mean, please get in shape. I'm telling you, Kelvin Benjamin can be a top 10 receiver. I'm not going to go top 5 yet because I still have to see it. But he can be a top 10 receiver. So, please just get in shape, Kelvin. You got an off season. Don't be eating donuts and all that kind of stuff. Which I will say, coming off of an ACL injury is a lot different than all other injuries. And just an injury, and period though. Like, you're rehabbing, and with the ACL, you can't really walk around and everything. You got to let it heal. So, you're just sitting around, so you're not being able to work out as much. And, so when I say he's running lazy routes and everything, that could be an after effect, because a lot of times it takes someone a full year to fully recover after the surgery and everything. So hopefully that's all that was. And hopefully it's not, things to come. This team moving forward, we have the 8th overall pick, so that you can get, top 5 is really where the elite is, unless somebody drops. But you can get a very, very good player at number 8. David Gettleman, don't you get no dang on defensive tackle. If you want to hog molly, get the defensive end, or I wouldn't even mind a cornerback or a safety or a tackle or offensive tackle, but do not, and I do mean do not, get a defensive tackle or a linebacker or something that we already have. I will be so pissed. Please don't do that. So we have the 8th overall pick. So, and we have all our picks. We don't, the only thing I have left is really that there's a rumor going around that Ron Rivera might be, well, not potentially on the chopping block to get fired, but he might actually, the Los Angeles Rams might actually be interested in trading for him. Now, if that is so, if I'm the Carolina Panthers, I'm listening. But don't get over the top on what you request, because he's a very good coach. Maybe top 6 or 7, maybe top 5. He's a very good coach. But don't be too cute with it. If they offer you a really good player and like a first round pick, you take it. Because I know that they say about John Gruden, he got the 2 first round picks. I understand that, but no offense, at least not yet. He's no John Gruden. So hopefully he stays. I would love the continuity and everything. This will be their 7th year together. So hopefully he stays, but if he doesn't, we need, I really do think we need an offensive mind in there if he doesn't stay. Because our defense, we have enough talent on defense, even though we didn't show it. We have enough talent on defense to anybody can really come in there and really work with the linebacking core we have and the D-line we have. So hopefully Ron stays, but if we don't, it would be nice to see an offensive coordinator to get in there. in this off season. And like I said, I'm sorry that I haven't recorded like that, but I had a lot of things going on. But this off season, I'm gonna be trying to do. We're gonna be looking at breaking down the roster from top to bottom. You can go to my website. I'll have my website attached on a link below. You can go to my website. So I'll be doing from top to bottom the Carolina Panthers position. We'll have a lot of fun with different things. We might I might do like a Madden franchise or something cool. Just let me know. You can drop suggestions or whatever down in the comment section. And I appreciate everyone for listening. Thank y'all so much for everything. And yeah, I think we're done here. Don't forget, you can follow me on Twitter at PantherNation28. You can follow me on Facebook. On my page, it's PantherNation28. Yeah, so I think we're done here, and this is the Black Cat Podcast. We'll see you later.
Y'all know what time it is. Why? I like to introduce the song. Bow, ha, and present to many. Carolina Panthers. T1, let go.
There we go again. You know we about to show out, cause we know we gon' win. We ready for the kick out, so go on, let us in, so we can hit the end zone.